Hello, my loves. It is 31 days of Hecate. I am doing day 9 and 10 together because both days are going to be focusing on the offerings for a ritual or for your altar for Hecate. Okay, so let's get into it. The first major one, which I found fascinating, was olive oil, but specifically the olive tree. And I found it fascinating because the olive tree is more correlated with Athena, but historically, the olive tree is tied to Hecate. So if you remember when I did the previous videos of her Egyptian ties and I spoke about her temple in Lagina in Turkey and how it was like the biggest one, there are tons of olive trees on that land and they consider it sacred. And so because that was a space where they revered her, that's how olive oil, and olive trees became associated with Hecate. But I've had some people when I was doing my research say, well, olives are for peace and light, which is why they're more Athena than they would be Hecate, because Hecate is more of the goddess of the underworld and more for trees that are more in shade and everything like that. But here's the thing. I think Hecate is a torch bearer. She brings the light to you. And more than that, she helps guide you on your healing journey towards peace and light. She guides you towards peace, right? Through the darkness. And so to me, having this plant, this fruit that represents light and peace and needs a lot of sun to really thrive, I think that's a beautiful reflection on the kind of goddess that she is, on the idea of life and rebirth, life, death, and rebirth, the life part. I think a lot of times when you're looking in, I'm going to speak for me. When I was looking into things about Hecate, it was so much focused on her work in the underworld and with death, which is totally understandable. That's her realm. She's queen of the underworld, right? So, well, I guess Persephone would be the queen of whatever. That's her realm, but that's not her only realm. I think we forget that she's also the goddess of the heavens and the earth, right? Of the heavens, of the light. As much as the underworld, she's also the goddess of the light, of the moon, really. I mean, the moon is her major correlation as well. So I think if we think of it in that terms, it makes complete sense that the olive tree would be tied to Hecate. Now, if you're looking, the trees that would be more tied to her would be willow, because that's tied to water and healing and the moon. The yew tree, it's tied to funeral rites, and it was draped around the black bowls that would be used as sacrifices for her. And then cypress is found in like dark sacred groves, basically. So that, once again, that idea of taking from something where the darkness is necessary for it to grow, like it needs shade for it to grow properly, right? So that's going to be the trees that are associated. So olive oil is one of the great things that you can put on your altar. As far as other foods go, barley, goat cheese, garlic. I was saying garlic a lot in my research. So garlic, honey is what I used when I first set up an altar for her. I got raw honey, and I put it in a little cup, and that's what I put on her altar. That's what she asked for anyway. So honey. And then wine. I'm actually I have this like spiced red wine, and I'm going to warm her up a cup and put that on there. So you can do that as well. Any spiced wine would be good for her. And especially since we're coming up to the new moon on the 19th, when we're going to be doing a little ritual for her, I think it's a really good idea to get that. If you don't know how to do spiced red wine, it's really, you can get like, look it up. There's like, you put cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, orange peel. There's like different things. You can buy a bottle of spiced wine. Actually, I think they have whole ass bottles of spiced wine already done. So yeah, wine as well is a good thing for her to have. As far as colors go, the standard colors would be black, white, and red. All of those symbolizing you know, the underworld. Red for passion, black, of course, for death, rebirth, the underworld. White as far as the moon, and but also dark purple is a good color as well for her because it represents spirituality. It represents the mystic of witchcraft and everything like that. So that would be a good one as well. If you have purple, then use that. Or if you have regular white, that's fine as well. I go to the Dollar Tree for all of my candles. They have, obviously they're $1, but that's where I get all of my candles. All, like my white ones, red, but like all of them. I get all my candles at the Dollar Tree. So if you have a Dollar Tree or a dollar store near you, that's where you need to be going to pick up candles, and also even like containers. Where's mine? I had one here. But like the jars as well to put the candles in, they have tons of those as well. So yeah, Dollar Tree, get it in your life. So as far as crystals go, it's going to be the ones that are very grounding: black tourmaline, onyx, hematite, obsidian. Those are going to be really good ones to use when you are doing any sort of a ritual. Incense to burn, myrrh and frankincense. I use frankincense in a lot of stuff. But frankincense is fantastic just to burn while you sleep as well, by the way, for protection. But myrrh and frankincense are going to be really good for you to burn every day. Like that can be your hello, Hecate, how are you? Light the incense, let it burn, say whatever it is you want to say to her every day, or in a more in-depth ritual as well. You can use that. So yeah, so that is the food and colors and crystal offerings for you. I'll probably go into it more closer to the date. Tomorrow, I do want to talk about the dagger and the rope, which are two of the things that she holds in her 6 arms, because there's three parts of her. So yes, because she carries dagger, rope, torch, and the keys. But I want to talk about the importance tomorrow of the dagger and the rope and how that symbolizes. Anyways, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. Okay. So as I said, save this so that you can come back to it and make your little notes. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Oh, and by the way, I still have some of these Hecate's keys earrings that I made. They're literally adorbs. They're keys on a chain. And so they're 25% off right now in my Etsy shop. You can go to the link in the bio to get them. I have very limited quantity. I still have some left, but very limited quantity. So get it now. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.